Meme coins aren't doing too great today, but one token is flying pretty high. The Barsik token almost tripled today, but now it came back down. Does it make sense to buy this dip? Let's have a look at some on-chain metrics most people aren't considering. Because this is, I think, the mistake most people make. Most people just look at price charts and they draw random lines left and right, but they're not looking at the data that's directly in front of them. The blockchain is 100% transparent. We can actually have a look at who's buying, who's selling. Now, it's very important to be early with any meme coin trading. And so does it really make sense to buy something like Slurf that's got more than 100 million in liquidity that needs a lot of money to flow in order to double again? Why not go a bit further down the list and check out one of the top performers where we've only got 2.6 million liquidity. Here a doubling or a tripling is much more likely. Now here's that chart I was talking about. This is what might look a bit scary. The Barsik token, or also called Hasbulla's cat, went up massively, but now we are in a correction. We are down more than 36% since the top. And so here's something I always like to look at for any token. Whenever a token is traded on-chain, I like to look at this data here first. This is, by the way, dexscreener.com, and here we can see what's actually driving the rally in the last 24 hours. Why are we up almost 3x? There's two data points I always like to compare. The number of buyers versus sellers. So we've got an overhang of 61% of buyers versus only 39% of sellers. And then we can put this into relation with the buying volume versus the selling volume. Now the buying and selling volume is almost the same, right? There's only a 600k delta. What this means is that the sellers tend to move much more money than the buyers. And that kind of makes sense. People are taking profit after this massive rally. Now, what's most important with tokens like this is whether or not this rally is sustainable. As in, is this just manipulation or is this a lot of retail investors actually jumping onto the token? If there are a lot of new investors jumping in, that's of course potentially positive because that means that the price can stabilize at a higher level. If this is only one whale that pumps and dumps the token, that's not necessarily that great. Now, I do like accumulation by the whales, but I do not necessarily like if that's all there is to a rally. So let's look for the straightforward pointers for a potential manipulation. Let's first compare the social metrics. What we've got over here is the Twitter platform, or also called X. And here we find roughly 10,000 followers. In the Telegram channel, we find roughly 5,000 members. And on-chain, we find roughly 29,000 holders. Now, all those numbers somewhat aligned, right? They're in the same ballpark. It's not like the number of Twitter followers is 10 times the number of holders on-chain. So this all makes sense. Now, here's something noteworthy for the Barsik token. I believe that this video is not going to get a lot of views. And the reason is Barsik is not listed in the categories tab of CoinGecko yet. So check this out. The best performing category within crypto is of course the pump.fun ecosystem, so the launchpad of meme coins on Solana, but also other meme coin categories. Now within pump.fun, we do not yet see the Barsik token. This is good. As in, it shows us that we are still very, very early. There is a common misconception recently. A lot of people that currently actively trade think that the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin right now, but that's actually not true. The vast majority of altcoins is doing worse. What we see over here is the others dominance. So this is the market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies that are not in the top 10. And since beginning of the year, this actually went down by 28%. At the same time, the Bitcoin dominance went up. So Bitcoin as a fraction of all of crypto increased in importance. It's really about finding the right niche. It seems like the center is getting crushed away. On the one hand, we've got, of course, Bitcoin. People dollar cost average into Bitcoin regularly just to save. On the other hand, we've got the active trading that's mainly happening in the meme coin market. The middle, right? The DeFi protocols, the GameFi protocols, the infrastructure plays, they are getting hammered. But let's get back into Barsik and let's have a look at those on-chain metrics. What we've got on the left is the number of first-time traders versus recurring traders per day. The first-time traders are in purple, recurring is in orange. And today has just started, so we can pretty much ignore that this is a lower value compared to yesterday. We see relatively clear growth, and we also see how the number of first-time traders exceeds the number of recurring traders every day so far. This is exactly what we want, right? We want to see a growing investor base. Now on the right side, we see the number of token transactions. And that's also rising. Again, we can ignore the latest data point. And it shows us that attention for Barsik is growing. More attention, of course, means also a higher price. Now we can also look at the trading volume over here, right at the bottom, and it shows this connection very nicely. This is an hourly chart, and even the hour that had the highest trading volume also had temporarily the highest price. So we want to buy when trading volume is comparatively low. We want to sell when trading volume peaks. Currently, we are rather low on trading volume, so 23 cents might not be that expensive, at least in the short term. Now, who is generating all of that trading volume? We've got a segregation of different wallet sizes over here. So on the left side, we've got the trading volume in US dollars. On the right side, we've got this normalized to 100% per day. And we can see that over time, the larger wallets tend to take over more and more of the trading volume. Now, small retail means all the wallets that have less than $1,000 worth of the token, medium-sized retail up to $10,000, and large retail up to $100,000. Instead of looking at trading volume, we can also look at token ownership. Again, let's segregate this. On the left side, we've got the number of wallets that have at least 4,000 tokens. So this time we don't look at US dollar values, we look at token values. And 4,000 tokens means roughly $1,000 worth of the token at the current price. For the chart in the middle, we go at 10x. So that's now $10,000 worth of the token, minimum holding. And on the right side, we go another 10x. So $100,000 worth of the token. All wallet cohorts go up over time. So there's accumulation across small retail, medium-sized retail, and the whales. Now, across all the charts, those two are probably the most important ones. This shows the token ownership, relatively speaking, and what the whales own tends to go up over time. I believe that's a good thing because the whales tend to make the right calls. Crypto is both a game of luck and skill, and the more the game is played, the more the capital will concentrate towards the people that have more skill, right? The luck component goes down over time. In other words, the whale wallets, the people that have a lot of money, they also tend to make better calls. And so following the smart money, following the whales, following the people that have a lot of money in the token tends to make sense. The whale wallets now hold more than 200 million worth of the token. And that's up a 50x in the last 2 days. Compare this with small retail, they only increased their holding by roughly 3x. Now the art in this game is of course to find a token before it rallies that much, right? Before it gets large. So how can we find those big winners early? For example, over here, right? Peanut that went up more than 1,300% in the last week and now has a market cap of 1.6 billion. How is it possible to find a token like this when it's not at $1.58, but maybe just at a few cents? I actually made a video on Peanut when it was just a few cents. And initially it didn't perform that well. Only after the price went up did the views also come in. So at the time the price was 11 cents. Again, now Peanut is at $1.58. The way how I find those kind of tokens is via wallet tracking. Again, the blockchain is 100% transparent, so we can see who's buying and selling. And so have a look at this. We got an alert that CryptoBanter bought the Peanut token at only 3 cents. So that was over here. Since then, the price went up by more than 5,000%. Who is CryptoBanter? CryptoBanter is one of the largest crypto channels in YouTube. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about a token, the token of course goes up. And so this is, I believe, what differentiates the winners from the losers. The winners try to get an information edge. They try to learn things that other people don't know. They try to copy trade people that are insiders. They try to copy trade people that have an impact on the market. And so with on-chain analysis, we figured out various wallets by CryptoBanter. We are now tracking more than 33 of their wallets. We track more than 400 wallets in total. And we are getting buying and selling signals whenever those wallets do something. I like this approach that much that I've created a dedicated tutorial course just on that topic. It's 8 videos in total. It's about how to find various influencer wallets. It's how to subsequently track them and how to finally then also interpret the signals that we get from the tracking. It's all part of Premium. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about on-chain analysis, right? The charts that we looked at today. It's also about portfolio management. It's also about backtesting. There's more than 100 videos in Premium in total. And so once we get a buy or sell signal by those wallets, we have to of course discuss, right? Should we copy trade or should we not copy trade? We discuss the different on-chain analytics. That's why we've got dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like Premium, in case you don't make money, just message me within the first week and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so do I think that Barsik or Hasbulla's cat will continue to go up? Probably yes. I think this is a pretty good dip and we do see accumulation by the whales. Maybe at some point we even see a centralized exchange listing. I personally don't have any tokens yet, but I am considering to buy some after this video. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish you regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in Premium. Cheers.